Okay, in this video we are going to talk about Hamiltonian graphs. So we will see two basic definitions related to Hamiltonian graphs. Okay, so let me start with the first definition. So definition of what is called a Hamilton path. So Hamilton path, okay, it's a path in a graph G that passes through every vertex exactly once. Okay, that passes through every vertex exactly once. So it is similar to an Euler path. So in an Euler path, okay, it's a path in a graph that passes through every edge exactly once. Okay, here Hamiltonian path is a path in a graph that passes through every vertex exactly once. Okay, similarly we have what is called a Hamilton cycle. So Hamilton cycle, okay, it's a cycle in a graph G that passes through every vertex exactly once. Okay, so it is similar to an Euler cycle. So Euler cycle or on Euler tour. So in the case of Euler tour, okay, it's a tour in a graph that passes through every edge exactly once. Okay, here in the case of a Hamilton cycle, it's a cycle in a graph that passes through every vertex exactly once. And if a graph has a Hamilton cycle, then such a graph is called a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so a graph G is called Hamiltonian if there exists a Hamilton cycle in G. Okay, so a Hamilton path is a path in a graph that passes through every vertex exactly once. And Hamilton cycle, it is a cycle. So Hamilton path is a path. Hamilton cycle is a cycle in a graph that passes through every vertex exactly once. And a graph G is said to be Hamiltonian if there exists a Hamilton cycle in G. Okay, so let's look into one or two examples. Okay, so let's consider the first graph. Okay, so in this case we can see that, okay, we start from this vertex A, and if you use this edge you move to B, and from B if you use this edge you move to C. Okay, suppose that from C if you use this edge you move to D. Okay, from D if you use this edge you move to E. Okay, and from E if you use this edge you move back to A. Because here we can see that, okay, this is a cycle because the initial and the final vertex they are same, and here again we can say that if you look into this cycle, every vertex, okay, every vertex of this graph it appear exactly once. Okay, so A is there, B, C, D, E. Okay, so okay, this is a cycle and this cycle corresponds to a Hamilton cycle. Okay, so this is a Hamilton cycle, and here, okay, if you look into this particular cycle and if you delete this edge, okay, if you delete this edge, okay, you get this path, right? A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so anyway this is a cycle and this cycle is a Hamilton cycle. Similarly, if you delete this edge, you get this path A, B, C, D. Okay, so that is a path. And here again we can see that if you look into this path, okay, every vertex it appear exactly once A, B, C, D. Okay, so this is an example of a Hamilton path in this graph. Okay, and since this graph has a Hamilton cycle, okay, this graph is a Hamiltonian graph. Okay. Okay, so this graph is a Hamilton graph or Hamiltonian. So this graph is a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, T O N I A. Okay, it's an example of a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so let's look into this graph. So in this graph we can see that suppose that you start at A, and if you use this edge you move to B, and if you use this edge you move to C. Okay, and from C if you use this edge you move to D. Okay, so here we can see that okay, this is not a cycle, so this is a path. And if you look into this path we can see that every vertex is appeared exactly once A, B, C, D. Okay, so such a path is called a Hamilton path. But here we can see that if you look into the graphs, okay, we are not able to find a Hamiltonian cycle. Okay, so you try hard, I think you will see a cycle here, but if you look into this cycle A, B, C, A, okay, in that cycle D is missing. Okay, and that says that is not a Hamilton cycle. Okay, so here we can see that if you look into this graph, okay, we won't be able to come up with a Hamiltonian cycle. Okay, one reason is that if you look into this vertex D, the degree of that vertex is 1. Okay, so that says if a graph has at least one vertex of degree 1, definitely that graph it will not have a Hamiltonian cycle. Okay, so okay, here if we look into this graph we can see that okay, this corresponds to a Hamilton path, but we can see that okay, this graph it doesn't have a Hamilton cycle, and because of that reason this graph is not a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, it's non-Hamiltonian. Okay, so let's look into the third graph. Okay, so let's start from G here, D, and if you use this edge you move to F, and if you use this edge you move to A, and if you use this edge you move to B, and from B suppose that you use this edge you move to E, and from E you move to D. Okay, so this corresponds to a path in this graph. Okay, but here we can see that if you look into this graph, okay, this vertex C is missing. Okay, so it is not it is not a Hamilton path. And similarly we can see that here, okay, from D if you get suppose that you want to go to C, okay, in that case we can see that you have to move back along this edge, right? Okay, if you move back along this edge you can see that E will be repeated again. Okay, and similarly okay, if you try hard you can see that it is not possible to come up with a Hamiltonian path, okay, in this graph. Okay, so okay, this path it is not a Hamilton path, and again we can see that okay, it is very hard to find a Hamilton path in this graph. Okay, and since it doesn't have a Hamilton path, okay, this graph it doesn't have a Hamilton cycle. okay, and because of, since it doesn't have a Hamilton cycle, okay, it is also not Hamiltonian. Okay, so if you look into these three graphs here, we can see that this is a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, this is not a Hamiltonian path, but it do have a Hamilton path. So one such path is this path. Similarly, if you look into this graph, we can see that this graph, it doesn't have either a Hamilton path or a Hamilton cycle, and because of that reason, it is also a non-Hamiltonian graph. Okay, I think now the definition is very clear. So Hamiltonian path is a path in a graph that passes through every vertex exactly once. The Hamilton cycle is a cycle in a graph that passes through every vertex exactly once. And if a graph has a Hamilton cycle, then such a graph is called a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so let's look into one more example. So let's consider this 3 cube. Okay, and suppose that the edges are labeled in this way. Okay, and suppose that we start from A, and okay, let's move to B using that edge, and from B move to C using that edge. Okay, and from C, suppose that you use this edge, you move to D. Okay, from D you move to H. Okay, from H using this edge you move to E, and from E you use this edge to F. Okay, and from F you move to G using that edge, and from G you use this edge and move back to A. Okay, so okay, here we can see that this is a cycle, and if you look into the cycle, you can see that every vertex is appeared exactly once: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, and since the cycle, the initial and the last final vertex are the same. Okay, and so that says this cycle is a Hamilton cycle. And since it is a Hamilton cycle, this graph, a 3 cube, is also a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so here we can see that if you look into this particular cycle, and suppose that you delete the last edge here. Okay, so if you delete the last edge, you get this path, right? A, B, C, D, H, G, F, G. Okay, so that's a path. And again we can see that if you look into this path, every edge is appearing exactly once, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, so we have what is called a Hamilton path here. Okay, and that says, okay, if you have a Hamilton cycle, okay, consider any Hamilton cycle, and if you delete any edge, okay, in that cycle, you get a Hamilton path. So okay, we can very easily convert a Hamilton cycle. Okay, Hamilton cycle can be converted to a Hamilton path by removing an edge. Okay, so take any Hamilton cycle, and if you remove an edge, then okay, we can very easily convert that Hamilton cycle to a Hamilton path. Okay, and here again we can see that, okay, we can observe one important property of this Hamilton cycle, and that says if we have a Hamiltonian graph, okay, then if you keep on adding more edges to that graph, okay, and that modified graph, it will also be a Hamilton graph. Okay, so let me write down here. So here again we have this one important observation. So if G is Hamiltonian, then we can see that any supergraph a supergraph means, okay, take this particular graph and if you add more edges, okay, into that graph, we get what is called a supergraph. So if G is Hamiltonian, then any supergraph G dash, okay, and supergraph is something like this. Okay, this graph, our original graph, will be a subgraph of this supergraph G dash, and we get this G dash by adding edges into our original graph. Okay, so G is a subgraph of G dash, and where, okay, this G dash is obtained by adding new edges, okay, between non-adjacent non-adjacent vertices of our original graph G. Okay, then we can see that the new graph, that is supergraph, is also Hamiltonian. Okay, so this is one important observation one should keep in mind. Okay, if we take any Hamiltonian graph G, then as any supergraph, say G dash, obtained by adding edges between non-adjacent vertices in G, then G dash is also Hamiltonian. Okay, so here we can see that this is a Hamiltonian graph, right? And suppose that we add one more edge here. Okay, suppose that I add this edge. So this graph is obtained by adding this edge. So this is a supergraph of the original one. Okay, here we can see that again this particular cycle, it acts as a Hamiltonian cycle in that graph. Okay, and that's what this observation says. Okay, if you consider any graph G which is Hamiltonian, and if you add more edges between non-adjacent vertices, then that modified graph, okay, will still be a Hamiltonian graph. Okay. Similarly, if you add one more edge here, for example, if you add this edge, again we can see that still this graph is Hamiltonian. Okay. So if you start with an Hamiltonian graph, and if you add more edges between non-adjacent vertices, okay, then still that modified graph will also be a Hamiltonian graph. Okay. So another important definition is what is called a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. A simple graph G is called maximal non-Hamiltonian. Okay, if it is not a Hamiltonian graph, and the addition of an edge, okay, if you add one more edge between any two non-adjacent vertices, then immediately that graph form a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so such a graph is called a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. So if you add one more edge to a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph, okay, you get a Hamiltonian graph. So here are two examples of maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so here we can see that if you look into this graph, okay, this graph, it doesn't have a Hamiltonian cycle, so it is not Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so if you add so here we can see that two edges are missing, okay, AB and BD, right? So if we add this edge, okay, this edge between D and B, okay, immediately we can see that, okay, we can find a Hamilton cycle here, right? Something like A to C to D, okay, A2. Okay, I think that is not a Hamilton cycle. Okay, so something like C2. Okay, so A to D. Okay, A to D, D to B, B to C, and C back to A. Okay, now we can see that if you look into this particular cycle, okay, this is a Hamilton cycle. Every vertex is repeated exactly once here, right? A, B, C, D. Okay, so similarly you can see that if you add the other edge A, B, okay, you will definitely get a Hamiltonian graph. Again, the Hamilton cycle will be A, B, C, D, A. Okay, so this is an example of a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. Similarly, okay, you can see that this is also not a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, you can okay, look into this graph, you can see that okay, it is not a Hamiltonian graph. But here we can see that if you add one more edge, say something like this, okay, immediately this graph becomes Hamiltonian. And here the Hamiltonian cycle will look something like, say, so if you start from E, okay, E to F, okay, from F to B, okay, something like E to F, F to B, and B to D, okay, B to D, D to C, D to C, and C to A, and back to E using this edge. Okay, now we can see that if you look into this cycle, every edge is repeated exactly once, right? Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, and we can see that this is a Hamilton cycle, and this graph is now Hamiltonian. Okay, so such a simple graph is called a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. If you add one more edge to a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph, okay, you will get a Hamiltonian graph. So these two are examples of, okay, so these two are examples of maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so let me give an example of a graph that is not maximal non-Hamiltonian. Okay, so if you look into, okay, so okay, let's consider this graph. So here we can see that this is an example of a non-Hamiltonian graph, right? So here if you add, say, this edge, okay, so here we can see that this graph is not a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so that says, okay, this is an example of what is called a not a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so here we can add this edge, for example, and we can see that this graph is not still Hamiltonian. Okay, so maximal non-Hamiltonian graph means if you add one more edge, immediately that graph will become a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so here if you add this edge, then that will become Hamiltonian. That's okay. Okay, but that condition must be true for any new edge. Okay, so if you add one more edge, then immediately that graph becomes Hamiltonian. Okay, and okay, and here again we have one more important observation. Okay, so here let me write down the observation. So here we can see that, so it follows that, okay, if you take any non-Hamiltonian graph, say with n vertices. And we can see that okay, it follows that any non-Hamiltonian graph with n vertices, okay, it is going to be a subgraph of a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph with n vertices. Okay, so okay, this particular statement says okay, it's just an observation. If you take any maximal non-Hamiltonian graph and take any subgraph of this maximal non-Hamiltonian graph, then you always get a non-Hamiltonian graph. Okay, that's very true. Okay, if you look into this particular non-Hamiltonian graphs. Okay, so if you look into this maximal non-Hamiltonian graph, and okay, if you consider any subgraph having in this case 1 2 3 6 vertices, then that graph will also be non-Hamiltonian. Okay, so that's another important observation related to this maximal non-Hamiltonian graph. So any non-Hamiltonian graph with n vertices is a subgraph of a maximal non-Hamiltonian graph with n vertices. Okay, but here the thing is that okay, these Hamiltonian graphs are somewhat different from the Eulerian graph. Okay, here we can see that there is no useful, necessary and sufficient conditions for the existence of a Hamiltonian cycle are known. Okay, if you are given an arbitrary graph and if you are asked the question whether okay, this graph has an Hamiltonian cycle or whether that graph is Hamiltonian, then okay, no useful, necessary and sufficient conditions are known. Okay, and we have only a few sufficient conditions for the existence of a Hamiltonian cycle in a graph. Okay, whereas in the case of Eulerian graph we have a necessary and sufficient condition. Okay, in the case of Eulerian graph, the necessary and sufficient condition says a graph is Eulerian if and only if every vertex has even degree. Okay, similarly in non-Hamiltonian graph, such a characterization it doesn't exist. Okay, nobody know whether such a characterization exists or not. Okay, so if you are able to come up with such a characterization, then that would be very good. But we know some kind of sufficient conditions for a graph to be having a Hamiltonian cycle, but no necessary condition are not known until now. Okay, so we will see some sufficient conditions in the next few videos. Okay.